Okay. Well, let's get started. Coming to a nice seated position, coming into yourself, feeling your breath, closing your eyes and just lining up to your breath, feeling the gentle expansion on the inhale, drawing belly in and up on the exhale. Just coming to quiet inside. And draw your hands in front of your heart, and we'll begin with the sound of Om. Inhale. Bow your head to your heart. Lift your eyes. And we can begin some nice shoulder rolls. Getting the head floating up over your spine and rolling the shoulders. And then maybe even take your hands behind your head. Lift your, just gently traction your head. Gently press back into your arms. So you can really feel the head right up over your, floating over the top of your spine, and then exhale to one side. Inhale back and exhale. Just gently moving with your breath, not forcing. Back to center. Let's do a little side stretch. So left arm down, sitting up tall. Inhale. Right arm up and stretch to the left. Breathe into that side. Rooting down through the sitting bones so you can stretch open. Inhale back up. Other side, stretching up, over, breathing into your ribs. Inhale back up. And then let's move our legs a little bit. So point your right foot, straighten the knee, point your right foot, turn it out to the big toe side and inhale out. Turn it over to the big, did I say? On the big toe side, drag it in. Inhale out on the baby toe side. Exhale in on the big toe side. Rolling the leg out. Exhaling in. Inhale. Exhale and draw that foot up. Sit up nice and tall. Left foot, point the left foot. Turn it over to the pinky toe side. Inhale out. Turn it over to the big toe side. Exhale back in. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Moving with the breath. And back in. And now we can stand up. I'm going to put it this side. Okay. So in Tadasana, mountain pose, line up feet so they're nice and parallel, hips and your knees. Take a big breath. You can take your hands to your waist and just root down through your lower body and lift up with your upper body. Let's take the hands to the shoulders and inhale, open. Exhale, closed. Inhale. Inhale, open, root down through your feet and stretch open through your heart. And release. Okay. And then let's warm up our legs. And our arms. So we're gonna inhale up, possibly to tiptoe, exhale down, weight in your heels. Inhale, exhale. Moving with the breath and just getting into the joints. One last one. Down. And then let's do a squat. So your knees and your toes are going in the same direction, and your weight is in your heels, and your knees come behind your ankles, and you stretch down, push up, down, up, and let your head be an extension of your spine. Don't draw your head forward. And then let's root down, stretch up, inhale back up. Okay. And then we can do a knee to nose pose. So you can do that standing or on all fours on the mat. So just line up, whether you're on the floor or the mat. So draw your shoulders onto your back, wrists just slightly forward of the shoulders, knees under the hips. So we're gonna inhale the right leg back, exhale knee to nose. Inhale, toes can stay on the floor or not. Exhale. Inhale. Keep the hips even, don't roll them out to the side. And then last one, take the toes to the floor, right toes to the floor, line up. Feel your breath up and down the midline. And inhale the left arm straight, possibly lift the back foot and breathe. Lining up, feeling your midline. Expanding on the inhale, getting longer and thinner on the exhale. And release. Shake that out. And then we're gonna inhale the left leg back. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, exhale. And last one, toes on the floor, line up the midline, lift the opposite arm, possibly lift the back leg. Feel the midline, feel your breath. And release. And if you're on the floor, you can go back into child's pose. And if you're standing, you can do a little stretch back into downward facing dog at the chair. And come back up. Okay. And then let's step forward for our sun salutations. Standing in Tadasana, lined up. We're going to inhale the arms up, exhale back to your heart, rooting down through the four corners of the feet and stretching open. And inhale all the way up. Exhale over into a forward bend, either at the chair or on the ground. Step back into downward facing dog. And then let's just inhale forward to plank. And you can always do plank on your knees if you're on the floor. And let's just hold it for a couple of breaths. And then stretch back, bend your knees, stretch back into downward facing dog. Couple of breaths. Forward to plank for a couple of breaths. Stretch open. And then let's step back into downward facing dog and bring your right foot forward, your left foot back, and come up into a lunge. You can use a chair or your knee. And if you feel stable, you can bring your arms up and exhale down. Step back into downward facing dog. And I'm going to change sides, and then you bring the right foot forward and the left foot back. Inhale up to the chair, your knee. Inhale up. Exhale down. And we'll come forward for our sun salutations. Inhale, arms up. Exhale back to your heart. And inhale up. Exhale back to your heart. Inhale up. Swan dive over. Back into downward facing dog. Forward to plank. Let's just do one. Inhale back. Knees bent are good to extend the spine. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Inhale forward. Exhale back into downward facing dog. Take the right foot forward for warrior two. Left foot comes back at an angle so that the instep intersects the front heel. We come into warrior two. Stretch the arms open. And then turning your eyes to look at the front. Turn from your head, not from your eyes, from the back of your head to look out over your front fingers. Breathe, really plug the arms into the socket. And then if you like, you can take the back arm down your thigh. Inhale, the right arm up into reverse warrior. And then exhale, elbow to knee. Arm can be at your hips or up above or over your head. Big stretch. And then inhale back up. And let's switch sides. So right foot turns in, left foot turns out. Bend your left knee. Inhale. Let's inhale the arms up, out. Look out over your front fingers. Feel your back foot really grounded. Feel your breath. Inhale. Right arm down your thigh. Inhale up for reverse warrior. Exhale over, elbow to knee. Stretch your heart open up towards the sky. And inhale your right arm through over your ear or up. And inhale back up. Parallel the feet. And let's go Step forward to the front of the mat for a sun salutations. Inhale up. Exhale back to your heart. Inhale, saluting the sun in your own heart. And exhale over, back into downward facing dog. Inhale forward to plank. Exhale back into downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Back to dog. Bring the right foot forward for triangle pose. So you face the side of your mat. Back foot is almost square to the back of the mat. Inhale up. Let's take the arms out. Let's take them up to get really nice and tall. Both legs are straight but not locked. And then you can take your left hand to your waist. Stretch. Pull your left hip back. Stretch forward. And then you can inhale the left arm up if that feels good. Really root through the feet and stretch open through your heart. Stretch open through your head, your hands, your feet. Root down to inhale back up. And then we'll change sides. So bring the right toes in. Stretch the left toes out. Hips still square to the front of the side of the mat. Inhale. Again, let's inhale up. Root down and get really tall, and then take your hands out. Pull your arms apart. And then back hand to the waist. Stretch your right hip back. Stretch forward. Root down. Heart toward the sky. Feels good. You can inhale. The right arm up. And either look down at your foot or up at your hand, whichever feels more freeing. Stretch open into triangle. Feel your breath. Root down. Inhale back up. Toes in. Back to the front of the mat. Final inhale up. Exhale back to your heart. Inhale. Exhale. And last one, let's just hold it when we come. Inhale up. Exhale back to your heart. And just feel yourself. You can close your eyes if that feels stable. Feel your breath. Feel your feet. Four corners rooting down, arches rooting up. Feel your breath. Feel yourself in space. And release. Now we can do our tree pose. So, nice breath. Kind of get all nice and free. And then root down through your feet. Stretch your heart open. Find a soft focal point. Feel your breath up and down the midline. Send roots down through your right foot and draw your left foot to your ankle or your shin or your thigh. And really hug to the midline. Experiment with the arms, your branches. And then bring your knee forward and come down. And Shake that side off. Do the other side. Take a nice breath. Get lined up in Tadasana, mountain pose. Root into your left foot. Soft focus with your eyes. Draw your foot, your heel to the shin, the ankle or the shin, possibly the thigh. Lining up to your breath, lining up to the midline. And come down. All right. And then let's do warrior one. So you're facing the front of your mat. You take your right foot forward, your left foot back and out at an angle, like a 45-degree angle. So your hips are kind of square to the front. You can maybe even twist your heart space a little toward your right foot to line the hips up better. And then we're gonna inhale, bend the knee and raise the arms. Exhale, straighten the knee, arms come back. Inhale, exhale. The next, inhale, exhale. And the next one will hold. So bend the knee, raise the arms, or if you could always have cactus arms or arms, hands on your hips. Root down, especially through your left foot. Feel the four corners of that foot and stretch your heart open. Come back down, step forward, take a breath. And then we'll take your left foot forward, your right foot back and out at a 45-degree angle. Line up your hips. So one way to do that is to kind of just move your heart just a little bit to the left. Stretch up. So we're gonna bend the front knee and inhale the arms up. Exhale, straighten. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Last one, we're gonna hold. So really root through the back foot and stretch up through your heart. Neck is an extension of your spine, so it's not cranked back. Just breathe into your heart. And step forward. And then let's just, again, take a moment to pause. Bring your hands in front of your heart. And close your eyes if you like. Feel yourself in space. Feel your breath, your prana. The result of these poses, stretch in all directions. Make sure your jaw is soft, your eyes are soft. And release. Okay, and so now you can build on warrior one for warrior three. So you may want a chair at the front of your mat, or you can use the wall. So let's just do one sun salutation. Inhale up, exhale back to your heart. And we'll do two. Inhale up, exhale back to your heart. And then step your right foot forward and your left foot back out at a 45-degree angle. And we're going to bend the front knee. Inhale up, exhale back. Inhale, and exhale. And then the next one, we're going to go into warrior 3. So press off the back foot and lift the back leg, trying to keep the hips even. You can do swept back jet wings, airplane, or forward. Whoa. Trying to keep the hips even. And then inhale back up to standing. Okay. And then other side. So let's just inhale up. Exhale back to your heart. Step the left foot forward, the right foot back at an angle. We're going to inhale, bend and stretch. Exhale, straighten. Inhale. Lift off for warrior 3. Experiment with the arms. And come back. And take a breath. Okay. And then let's do I want to do the standing cobra all together, but experiment with like really making sure your head is kind of floating. So line up in Tadasana with your feet, 4 corners of the feet, toes spread, rooting down, lifting up through your heart. Take your hands behind your head and feel your thumbs below your skull, and just stretch your elbows open and lift your head into your hands and just traction your head just a little bit. And you can test to see if your neck is soft. Put your middle finger underneath the skull on both sides and then see if it's soft where your index finger is, because that's what we want. We don't want the neck strained. And then you can experiment with drawing the elbows in. And if you're feeling stable and the neck is soft, you can raise your arms, rooting down and rising up, keeping the neck soft and an extension of your spine. And come back down. Okay. And then just remembering that feeling of your head floating up over. You can always kind of check it to see if it's soft. Helps to draw the elbows out. It really kind of spreads everything open. And then you can take your hands to your hips, elbows back, rooting down, stretching open. A little standing cobra. If you're feeling really stable, you could experiment with the arms. And come back up. Okay. So those of you who are standing can do some more standing cobras or seated cobras, really stretching open your heart. And on the floor, we're going to do a locust pose. So get down onto your belly. And again, your head is an extension of your spine. There's a little curve in your neck. So we're gonna inhale the shoulders up, inhale the chest and arm up, possibly inhale the legs up, and breathe. And release. Make a pillow for your head and take the hips side to side. If you're standing, you can do down dog to stretch out your back. Let's do 2 more. variations. So we start with the arms down, stretch, draw the shoulders up and back, lift your heart, lift your right arm forward and your left leg, breathe, make sure your jaw is soft, eyes are soft, and release. Make a pillow for your head, take the hip side to side, other side, arms down by your side, palms can face the floor. Inhale the shoulders up and back, inhale, torso, arms off the floor, inhale, your left arm forward and lift your right leg, breathe up and down the middle. Release. Press back to down dog or to child's pose. Stretch out your back. And then come forward. You're standing, you can take a seat, or if you're on the ground, you can roll onto your back. Get onto your side first, then roll onto the back. So everybody, line up your feet, your knees, so your knees aren't coming in or out. Get tall, roll the shoulders onto your back. And then we're gonna draw your right knee in and let it out. Exhale as you draw it in. Inhale, open. And release. Then the left knee, draw the left knee in. And release. Line up the knees nice and parallel. So take your right ankle over your left knee. As long as there's no pain in your knee, either knee. And then you can, if you're on the ground, you can interlace your fingers behind your thigh if you like. Your right toes are pulling back toward the knee and spreading. Feel a stretch. Your hip. You can bring that leg down. You can continue with that stretch, or you can take your hand and knee to your knee and your foot. Roll that thigh bone around in the joint. Look for a nice stretch. You can hold it and breathe into it. And release that. Line up. Take your left ankle across your right knee. Draw your left toes apart and back. Possibly, if you're on the floor, you can reach your fingers down behind your right thigh. Pull your thigh towards you as you stretch your left knee away. In the chair, you can use this as a stretch, or you can take the leg down. Take your hand and knee and hands to your knee and your heel, and just roll that thigh bone around in the hip socket. And then find a place that might be good to hold. Making sure your left toes are apart and back. Stretching open your left hip. Breathing into it. And release. And then if you're in the chair, you can take one knee at a time into your chest and back. If you're on the ground, you can take both. Exhale, draw the knees in. Inhale out. Exhale, just let your legs kind of help you take a complete exhale. And release. And we can prepare for Savasana. So find your resting pose. Your knees are supported. And you can relax into gravity. It's worth taking the extra care to make sure it's just really comfy. And then just settling in, let your shoulders roll under, palms face up if that feels good, or you can put your hands on your belly. One hand on your belly and one hand on your heart. Feel your breath. You can take a big inhale. Release any holding with a big sigh. One more. And then just make any final adjustments. You might want to take your arms out for going to do a prana nidra. Drawing the energy of the breath in through our body. Do a final scan to release any holding. And then just feel your natural breath. Just a very gentle expansion and contraction. So we're going to do the prana nidra, the prana, the breath, life force. Just drawing that energy through the body. Drawing your attention to a part of your body just brings more fluid and more blood and oxygen, and it's very healing. So imagine you're drawing a breath, an inhale in through your right foot, up your leg, across the pelvis, exhaling down the left leg and out the left foot. Inhaling up the right leg, across the pelvis, exhaling out the left foot. Circling back, inhaling up the right, exhaling down the left. Take two more. Now take a breath. We'll reverse the direction. So imagine inhaling into your left foot, up the left leg, across the pelvis, exhaling out your right leg, your right foot, circling back up the left, now out the right. Again. 2 more. Breathing up the left, cross and out the right. And come back to your regular breath. Now imagine inhaling through your right palm, up through your shoulder, across your heart, exhaling down the left arm, out the left hand. Inhaling the right hand up, right arm, shoulder, through the heart, out through the left. Inhaling up the right, cross to the left, and 2 more. Now reverse direction. Inhale up the left hand, left shoulder across the heart. Exhale down the left arm, the right arm, out the right hand. Inhaling up the left, cross, out the right. 3 more. And come back to your breath. Feel your spine. Feel your tailbone. Feel the top of your head. And now imagine breathing in through the top of your head, down your spine to your tailbone. Exhaling up the spine, out the top of your head. Inhaling down the spine. Exhaling all the way through your head. 3 more of those. And now just feel your natural breath. Subtle energy of your breath. Just resting in stillness. Very gently start to deepen your breath. Wiggle your fingers and toes. Stretch. If you're on the ground, bend your knees and make your way to your side. Use your arms to press back up to a seated position. We'll end the way we began. Feel yourself lining up to your breath, tailbone reaching down, head reaching to the sky. Feel your breath. Feel the results of your practice of yoga. Our time together. Draw your hands in front of your heart. And we'll end with the sound of Om. Inhale. Om. Namaste. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste.